went to Janiki for.
Kimbekuro. Bumper breakfast, we sing for convent.
I'll be using your own. I don't have phone. It's a lot.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show this Tuesday morning. I'm excited because I have a great companion with me today. It's usually better, when we're two females on the table. I usually feel a bit jittery when we're more males. But today I have my sister Lee, Vera, on the table. Vera, good morning.
Good morning to you. Lots happened over the weekend, and you don't want to let the viewers know. I will let you know. But my name is Vera Osokwa, and I'm delighted to be here. Well, I was invited to anchor to be the master of ceremony of the Federal Government College in Janiki dinner. It was really a dinner. And guess who is the committee chairperson? It's Tom. She was with this black dress, a bally dress. And I thought she didn't inform me that she was going to look that elegant. I would have also put on something that they will think that I'm the main host, But anyway, you were looking so beautiful. And thank you for inviting me there. I love such gatherings.
Well, thank you.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Coming, thank you.
But you're owing me. We'll say that after the show. We'll do that after the show.
All right. We also have Stanley Paul Ikau on the program. Stanley is a bit under the weather, but commitment, passion, and dedication has brought him to sit on the table with us this morning. Stanley, I'd like to say first of all to you, get well soon, and then to say to you, thank you for, coming on, despite how you feel. Good morning, Stanley.
Yeah, Tom, good morning. Congratulations. And I think I'm elated. I'm happy that the Bumper Breakfast crew are representing big time out there. Tom was celebrated over the weekend. Some couple of days ago, I think a week now, Vera was awarded. So, like they say, for every hard work, as much as there's a reward, it tells you that you must put on more. You must put in more hard work. First, congratulations to you, Vera. Congratulations to you, Tom.
Thank you.
This is not the end. I know there are still more from where this came from. Trust me, permit me to say that each time I see both of you, I cannot even talk about Vera because Vera is like general overseer of our own. When they call Yahoo boys, Vera is like the general overseer of Yahoo boys. And I make bold to say that so each time I see you, I see humanity in you. Your level of humility is second to none. Even DJ humility no humble with you. But it is what it is. Tom, good morning. And I'm sure to be on set this morning.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you.
Always a delight.
News. NLC gives federal government 4 weeks to resolve ASU strike.
Yeah. Ultimatum.
I mean, okay, let's just take the story first. The Nigerian Labour Congress has resolved to issue a 4-week ultimatum to the federal government should it fail to conclude negotiations at all tertiary institutions-based unions. The NLC also commended the no work, no pay policy introduced by the government as a form of sanction to members of the Academic Staff Union of universities to daring to embark on a nationwide strike. The president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, made this known in an ongoing session with labor correspondent leaders of tertiary institution-based unions at the NLC headquarters in Abuja. We have decided to give the federal government 4 weeks to conclude all negotiations in this to them. If after 4 weeks this negotiation has not been concluded, the organs of NEC will meet and take a nationwide action that all workers in the country, all unions in the country will be involved so that we get to the root of this. The era of signing agreements, negotiations, and threatening the pay will henceforth be no pay, no work. You can't benefit from an action you instigated. You have discovered that most 90% of strike actions in the country are caused by failure to obey agreements, Ajero said. Well, that's the body of the story. Ajero is coming out bold. But a few questions here. Vera, when I read that name, Joe Ajero, sometimes I'm not quite sure whether to take it serious or whether not to take it serious. Because, he sets, for me, the kind of precedence he sets is not quite encouraging. I don't know what it is for you. But do you think that this ultimatum that's been given to the federal government will hold if the federal government really doesn't live up to the expectations of the NLC?
Well, first, let me tell you that this is not the first ultimatum. They were given 14 days
That's why
by ASU.
Precisely.
And it expired, I think, September 28th, or maybe that's when they gave that ultimatum, 14 days. And I expected, it was given, and at the University of Abuja, where the ASU President General spoke and said, hey, we're giving you 14 days. If you don't do anything about this, that's the end. We're going on strike. We saw that government came again, discussed with them, nothing happened. But Jero, I don't really know. The NLC we used to know is not the NLC of today. It's quite different for me. And if he talks or when he says anything, I don't take him serious. You have to be, you see, you have to be straight. You have to be straightforward. We need to see the NLC even the Adams Oshomole's time wasn't like this. You may want to call it anything. You may want to call it that they want to, because they need money from government. You may call it any name, but there was a force behind NLC. This force that the government, people around them are scared of doing such things to staff, to workers. But today, this is not what we see. They come, they'll do as though they want to do something. The next minute, okay, down two, okay, the next minute, it's over and nothing is said about that. Nothing will be. I think the NLC, I don't know if I want to say they should just for anybody, they are not serious as far as I am concerned. They must show seriousness. They must show that they are for the people, not playing games. It's so obvious that these are playing chess, draft.
Vera, you're always a clown, honestly. Even when we're talking.
But is it not obvious?
Even when we're talking serious matters, you just have
serious with NLC.
You have this way of just watering it down. I don't think
we play.
I don't think you have high blood pressure, do you?
If you look at the educational sector and look at what comes into the necessary sectors, it's heartbroken. Honestly, education shouldn't be played with this way. Health shouldn't be played with this way. Agriculture shouldn't be played with this way. But we see it in Nigeria that everybody comes and just play and go away. It's sad.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know if you have the what has happened in the past concerning Joe Ajero and his team. I remember sitting on this table, the president, and he was actually prostrating for the president. And I remember those of us that were on the table were kind of confused. What exactly is going on? This man was spitting fire and brimstone, and all of a sudden he's face to face with the president, and it's a completely different thing.
Something is in Asuro.
Yeah. So you start to wonder: does this man really mean business? Is he actually fighting for the people? Is he doing what a labor union should be doing? For for his people, or do you think it's just a joke at the end of the day?
So there's something they call contractual clause. Now, what that means is subject to review, and in our parlance, it's called force majeure, right?
Yep.
Now, by every standard, every agreement is subject to review. Under Buhari, ASU got some certain amount of money, and there was an agreement when and how the remainder will be paid. Now, I feel that some parties sat and thought that they think they have been marginalized. Marginalized in the sense that the agreement they had with the previous administration has not been fulfilled by this administration. Ordinarily, what they should have done, approach Mr. President. We had an agreement with
The immediate past president.
Now, you don't take something by force using force. Now, if after deliberation, negotiation, you do your permutation and combination and nothing comes out of it, then if you go with force, nobody will blame you. ASU didn't approach this matter. Now, it's their right, mind you. I am not saying what they are agitating for does not belong to them. But there are some procedures you should. Now, that NLC is, I will come to NLC's case, because as far as I'm concerned, Joe Ajero looks like one olden days cartoon that will just come and do one abracadabra and leave. Now, have they approached the Minister of Education? Have they approached Mr. President through the Minister of Education? You don't just come out and say, our initial agreement it has not been reached, XYZ have not been done, and we'll start agitating, we'll give you 7-day warning strike, 14-day warning strike, ultimatum, or whatever. You don't hold the country to ransom. And I think it's becoming absurd that as a people, we think grinding a sector of the country would help us. Take it or leave it. The chairman of ASU or the president of ASU's son or children may not be in any of this, and if they are, he must understand that he is trying, not even trying, he would draw back their time in the university. If they're supposed to spend 4 years, it means they would have an extra year, take it or leave it. During my days at the university, each time we go on strike, I remember there was a time we went on an 8-month strike. Lasu, God bless you. We went on an 8-month strike. At that point, I felt I should have even gotten married long before now. You understand? That's what things like this does to an average student. Now, let's come to the NLC. Mr. Joe Ajaero, it looks like you are now more of a comedian than facing what the true reality is. There is a case on ground. Your job as Labour Congress is to intermediate, negotiate with these people, negotiate on behalf of them with the government.